Talking about young people means talking about the nation's future in every country. Young people, or wellness youth, is the prime soul to build the new world's arrangement. Young people is functioned both as the agent of change and as the director of change. Agent of change means that to express all opinions and aspirations and also assisting every concept which is irrelevant with the reality nowadays. And as the director of change, every young people has to aim every alteration they have got be brought into the real implementation. The most crucial problems which keep happening in all over the world, especially for 10 countries which is labeled as the member of Association Southeast Asian Nation, is about the human rights issue. So here, my name is Raisa Rosana Putri. I am from the Law Faculty of Universitas Pajajaran, Indonesia, keeps believing that the struggle of young people is always needed to protect all human rights in ASEAN. Young people should always be there to help for those who need help, and young people should always take the responsibility if all people call us as the world's changers. Human right is the fundamental right which are there in every society since they were born until they die and cannot be offended by the other societies. The general example of human rights can be seen on how people have the rights to be alive, education rights, economic rights, civil rights, which shows them that they are accepted by their countries, and any other right that should be all protected. To fix all the problems related to human rights, here ASEAN successfully created Asia's Intergovernmental Commission on Human Rights to gain the public's awareness towards human rights by the educations. But still, it cannot fix the problems because human rights problems still does exist until right now. The case of Muslim Rohingya, for example, the poor condition of Muslim Rohingya whom don't even get the rights for educations, the rights for getting help, and also urged to leave Myanmar as well. In Philippines, especially in Mindanao, there are still discrimination cases related to the difference of their race. And also in Indonesia, there's still a lot of societies who go to the other countries to get jobs and also to gain money. But then again, they are being molested by their bosses and also coming back to Indonesia by their injuries, not by the money they have expected before. The settlement of every human rights problem seems impossible to happen because most of countries in Asia always place the politics and also the laws at the very first place toward human rights. In Indonesia, for example, the case related to the disappeared people which happened in colonial era in 1998 cannot be settled until right now because still there is a political games which is hampering the evidence to find the disappeared people. Together along with all the violations, murderers, killings, rapes, robbers, and any other operations related to human rights, all societies and all people are always questioning the existence of young people. Why should it be? Because young people is always expected to be the tenacious bridge, which is built to be the mediators between societies and governments. So here young people can deliver all aspirations coming from the societies to the governments. We can imagine that the bridge that should be built strongly cannot be used well because it lacks of the youth participation. There should be no mediators to deliver all aspirations coming from societies to the governments. Besides of that, young people is always trusted to be the ones who cannot get influenced by all the political games because young people should always bravely and heroically say no to all politics conditions and political games which can disadvantage all society's prosperities in their countries. The acts conducted by the young people to show their care can be seen on what they have done to right now. The Asian Islamic Youth Organization, for example, this organization is successfully stopping the aggression conducted by Israel towards Lebanon. And here the other participation or the other acts which is conducted by the young people to show their care can be seen on how they participate in Asian's program. For example, Asian Youth Expo, which gives such information about the scholarships that can be gotten by them in the futures, and also can be seen as their participations to be one of Asia's ambassadors, and also how they participate in the Asian Economic Community 2015. Unfortunately, the number of young people who do care to the human rights problem is less than the number who don't. Social environment, also the studying environment, already comforts them and makes them lazy to think, lazy to act, and lazy to help. technologies are there, but most of young people always use technology for opening this kind of the social networking sites and not searching the news about the human rights problems. And here it even makes become ironic because of what? Because some of young people are becoming the subjects of the oppression of human rights. If we pay attention to the news, the murders, the violations, the robbers, the rapes, even the killings to their families and siblings are mostly conducted by the young people nowadays. And here, I even held a simple survey by questioning some of young people around me. I just simply asked them, why are they just a few of young people who is feeling sympathy nor empathy just by seeing the oppression of young people which is always keep happening in Asia right now? Ironically, they quickly answered by saying that why should we help the people who have no blood relation with us, and what is the point of helping people who haven't met us even once? And here I can conclude that the reason why young people do not care about the human problem which keep happening in Asia, because they still don't know the importance of human rights and why it needs a lot of people to help. And here for me, the dominant factors why young people nowadays seems do not care to the human rights problem in Asians, because first it's coming from their service, second it's coming from the countries they come from, and also the third it's coming from the Asian itself. The most important factor is coming from the countries factors, because it has a relation between educational system, political system, and also the country support toward the youth programs and participations. We can see that most of countries has the bigoted education systems with their propaganda just to get A in education. It automatically makes all young people just be focused on how they get the highest scores in their educations, being individualisms and also ignoring their environments and their knowledge, including politics, democratics, human rights, prosperities, and any other knowledge. And here, in political system as the second of all, political system here as the country is becoming the role model as a society. If the country shows that the country does not care with the human rights problem, means that the young people will say the country is not caring with the human rights problem anymore. So simply the young people will choose not to be cared anymore, and also it will lose the trust coming from the young people, because they will think that it will be useless if they show their efforts by sending their acts and talks to help touch the human rights problems in Asians. And also the supports coming from societies to support all youth programs and participations, because most of the countries always forgetting the participation of the youth. Indonesia, for example, which is always creating the closed meeting without having the youth participations, it will also lose the youth trust, because they think it will be useless to deliver their efforts. And here I believe that the human rights problem cannot be settled well if the changes just coming from the young people instead. The ones that should be changed is not the young people, but also the countries where they come from, and also ASEAN itself, because I believe that ASEAN should show their performance to make the young people believe that the ASEAN is not get influenced by the political system where the country do. And here I believe that if young people have the aim to be cared to the all human rights problem in Asians, and the country also fix the educational system and also the political system in that country, and also ASEAN shows their performance not to be influenced in the political games, here I believe that the settlement of the human rights problems is possible to happen. And here I, as the representative of youth coming from Indonesia, coming from Asians, and also even coming from all over the world, I am Rasa Rosana Putri, inviting all of young people, inviting Indonesian, and also inviting the Asians to always fix the human rights problems and to protect all the human rights in society. Thank you for watching video, and bye-bye.